afternoon and welcome to Crafty Clegg's Creations. My name is Jeanette Clegg. I am in the northwest of England and live with my husband Timothy and our little Shih Tzu dog Zach. Today is Sunday the 31st of January and the weather today outside is quite bright but freezing cold. You can find me on most platforms throughout social media. I have a Facebook page, an Instagram account, an Etsy shop and a YouTube channel, and I will leave the links to all of those in the description bar below. Welcome. Well, we've all got through January. Here in the UK we are still in our third lockdown. We found out this week that the children will not be going to school after the February half term like we thought they would be. It is now extended to sometime in March. And yes, lots of the shops are still closed. You can still go to the supermarkets and any essential things that you need. At that point, I am going to apologise for my appearance. As you can probably all gather by the state of my hair, I don't know when was the last time. I think actually it was November, the last time I had my hair cut and coloured. So as you can imagine, by now, end of January, with having quite short hair, once it starts to grow, it starts to look very untidy. I am desperate to have my hair cut and coloured. But unfortunately, that is not going to happen anytime soon. So I don't know, but I would imagine the further into the year we get with no haircuts, they will be different things going on the top of my head. Maybe an headband, maybe a scarf. You might find me vlogging one day with a cap on, who knows. But yeah, I do apologise for the way I look, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it. Small update on Tim's health. But first of all, before I go any further, sorry, let me just say, to all those subscribers that are returning, thank you very much for coming back. It's much appreciated, and I have had quite a lot again more or new subscribers. So if you are new to my channel, thank you very much for taking the time and watching me, coming along on my journey, and you are all very welcome at my channel. So I'll carry on now. Yeah, so Tim's health update. It is now 5 weeks post-op and Tim is doing marvellous. He's doing really, really well. There was a little, well, when I said bumps, there wasn't many bumps. There was just a couple of days that we had not so good days, a lot of pain, worried about certain things. But I am very lucky that I have some close friends who are nurses. One's a lady doctor, for lady bits down there, and another lady is actually she did work in cardiology, so she helped me out the couple of times that we needed a bit of reassurance, and we have had the doctor out, and the what they call district nurses have been out a couple of times. I think they'll have to come back one more time because we've just found a stitch in his chest, and it is excuse me, it is a black, what they call a black silk suture, and I know that they need taking out. It's not a dissolvable one, so I think she'll have to come back and remove that. But other than that, he's doing really, really well. We've been out for a couple of walks. He's getting his appetite back to almost where it was. He's starting sleeping okay. Yeah, to say it's 5 weeks since he had open heart surgery, I'm amazed at him. It's brilliant. And he has asked me to let you all know that he is so grateful for all the lovely comments and well wishes that I had on my last video. It really does mean a lot to us. More so now because we, as you all know, everybody's the same. We're all isolated and we don't see many people. So to have interaction on, on social media is all we've got now, and we're clinging on to it, and it means a lot to us. So yeah, if you have left us a message or a comment, thank you so much. I didn't, now normally I do reply to every comment, but the last podcast that I did, Tim had only been home a week, and I'll be honest, I had my hands full. You know, I had to, well, I won't go into detail, but I had my hands full. So I didn't get round to replying like I normally like to, but I did put a heart on every single one of your comments, just so you know that I've read it. So yeah, thank you very much for all your support, and Tim is doing absolutely marvellous. Yeah, he is. Thank you very much. Today I'm drinking out of this is my favourite mug of all time at the moment, my hedgehog mug. I'm having a coffee. Tim is downstairs watching some tutorials on his CAD. He has a designing program on his computer, so he's decided to watch a couple of tutorials while I'm doing this. Right, so we'll get going. I'm going to do it in the normal order: works in progress, finished items, new cast-ons, a little bit of incoming. I've got a couple of shout outs that I want to give, and then a tiny little bit of shop news. So I will start with my first work in progress, which is crochet. This year I've decided to try and make an effort in making things for myself that I'd like to use, that I'd like to wear, that I want to do. So yeah, I'm having a bit of a self-care year this year, and that is what my word of the year is: self-care. I was speaking to another one of my friends, Karen from Stitches and Jacks, and she asked me what my word for the year was, and I said self, and she said, oh, that's nice, self-care. So I have added the care on the end, because I felt like self was very selfish, whereas self-care seems like, well, it's okay to care for yourself, isn't it? So it doesn't seem, it just sounded a little bit selfish, that word. So I've changed it to what Karen suggested, and I'm going with self-care. Anyway, I'm waffling on already. So the first thing that I've made is, it's not finished yet, is this little tiny crocheted, granny square crocheted bag. It is by, oh, I don't even know how to say this. It's a gypsy tote, and I will show you the name, and if you can pronounce this, then you're a better lady than I am, or gent. So it's by this lady here. I will see if I can do a link to her shop. She has a shop on Etsy, so if I can manage to copy and paste the link and put it in the description bar below, I will do. So yeah, this is how far I've got with it. Now I have found some material to line it, and it's just these, it's just like a polka dot, but I thought it went really rather nice with that. Unfortunately, I don't have enough, and I know that I bought this from Angela, from my local shop, the Bobbin Patching Shop. So I will give her a ring tomorrow, or maybe Tuesday when she's next. She's not open at the moment because she does a lot of TV work, and she's still doing online orders. She is in the shop quite a lot. So that is what I'm going to line it with. Isn't it lovely? I love the colours. So that's, well, I can't decide whether that's going to be the front or the back. So that's one side, and then that's the other side. And like I say, that's what I'm going to line it with. Now, I did put this on my Instagram feed and ask, like a little poll, whether you think I should do leather handles or crocheted ones. And quite a lot of you said leather. So I looked on the internet, and there's some beautiful ones out there. But don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm being mean and I don't want to spend money, but I do think that ranging from about £13 up to £18 for a set of, or one leather handle, was rather a lot of money. And then you've got postage and packaging on top, and I'll be honest, I didn't want to pay that. So then I asked Angela had she got anything that would do for a handle, and she'd got this. It's like a cotton webbing, but I don't know if it's too much, if it's going to be too much for it. I can't decide. So I think, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think I'm going to crochet a handle, put all the little tassels and such like. Just bear with me, I've put it on the floor. Once finished decorating it, if you look here, this is the one I'm doing. I mean, the leather handle does look lovely, but I'm just not prepared to pay that money. So I'm going to make some tassels and pom-poms on, and I might do some on this side as well. And I am going to crochet a handle, but what I think I might do is I will line the handle with the same fabric, so it will give it a little bit more support, which hopefully will stop the yarn from stretching. It's done in Stylecraft Special DK, and these are the colours. I have not, off the top of my head, I don't know what these are. I know that that one's Spice, but off the top of my head I'm not sure, but I will list the colours because I have got a list of them, but that is what I've used. Like I say, it's all DK, Special DK. I love this for crocheting. It's so versatile. It's so affordable and so versatile. But like I say, I will leave a list of those colours just in case anybody likes them and wants to have a go. So that's my first work in progress. My second one is my Whitmoor sweater. Not done a vast amount on it, but I do want to show you. Because I have done, I forgot when I started doing the stocking stitch, can't get my words out. I have done, when I started doing the stocking stitch, I've probably done about, I don't know, what would you say that is, because I've done about 4 rows, so I've probably done about 2.5–3 inches on it. But like I said to you last time, not going to stress myself over it. I keep picking it up when I've got a spare half hour and do 2 or 3 rounds on it. I'm in no rush to get this finished. I want to do it and enjoy the process of it. So yeah, that's really all I've got to say about that. There's not really much else to say, only that I've done about 3 or 4 inches. It's the, if in case you don't know, it's the Whitmoor sweater by Amy Loudon. And again, you can find Taylor S Studios, I think it is. And she's on Instagram, Ravelry. I'm not sure if she has a podcast. Oh yes, she does. She has a podcast, so she's on YouTube. She's very popular, Amy. You can find her anywhere. So yes, it's done in, again, Stylecraft. But this is Baby Bambino, and it's an anti-pilling yarn. And again, I'm not sure of the colour. Oh, bear with me. I think it's in my bag and I'll tell you. Oh, here's the picture. There's beautiful Amy. Oh, she's so pretty, isn't she? There it is. And the colour of the yarn is what it's done in. Bambino Stylecraft. And the colourway is Mellow Yellow, and the shade is 3942. So that's how far I've got with that. Just keep picking it up, putting it down, picking it up. Like I say, this year is going to be all about self-care. And I've said before, and I'll say it again, taking my time. I'm enjoying what I do. I'm doing quite a few different crafts at the moment. And yeah, I'm actually having quite a nice time. Now we've got the stress and the strain of, you know, the build up to Christmas and having Tim's surgery and getting that out the way. I'm actually enjoying what I do. I'm actually having quite a nice time. So them are my only 2 at the moment work in progresses. There will be more next month, as you will see in a minute. So let me just see. So that's it. So next up is my finished items, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 finished items. So my first finished item is my socks by The Lonely Knitter, and they're called Inside Amy's Boots. I showed you these last time. Well, no, actually I showed you the finished one last time. Well, since then I've also finished the other one. So this was the first one that I showed you. That way, that's it. Really pleased with it. starting to enjoy knitting my socks. A little bit of colour work here. Now the other one is slightly different. Are we ready for this? There we go. So that is my, let me see if I can get them separate. That is my Christmas Eve cast on socks. Now I shall tell you what's happened here. And I'm not going to, again, I'm not going to fret about it. It is what it is. Nobody else will have a pair of socks like this. I did a red stripe at the bottom, and there I did the red stripe at the top. So I deliberately did the stripe in the separate way. That's what I wanted to do. And what I was going to do was, as I said last time, I'd made a mistake. This green should have been red. So I'd got most of the foot done and was about to here when last Thursday we was on our Zoom meeting. As you all know, or some of you may not if you knew, I attend a Zoom meeting on a Thursday afternoon with fellow podcasters. Some of them are not. And we got chatting and I changed my colour for the red stripe, which is here, which is the same on this one. But then got carried away, chit-chatting, listening to what everybody's saying. So I did 2 rounds of red, 2 rounds of the speckle, 2 rounds of red. And I said to the ladies, oh my goodness, I've done it wrong. And everybody says, do stripes, what the heck, what does it matter? So yes, that's what I did. They're very odd, I will mix them up, but they're mine and they're different. So them are my Christmas Eve cast on, can you see? All finished. I'm really pleased with them. I've just put them on the sock blockers. I haven't washed them yet or blocked them, but I will do. And so that is my first pair of socks for 2021. I will be casting on another pair this month. I did them in Ellie's yarn from Craft House Magic, and it's colourway All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's a 75-25% blend merino, but I've got quite a lot left. Look at all that I've still got left. Quite a lot, that, isn't it? I've not got much of the green, and the green was in the set, and then I added this myself. This is just an ongoing ball of yarn. I can't seem to use this up no matter what I do. I think this red that Tim and I dyed a couple of years ago is now in 3 different projects. Bearing in mind, there's only a small amount like that, but still, I've used it. I think this is my 3rd project that I've used it for. So getting back to this, so I think, I've not weighed this yet, but I would imagine there would be enough there for me to make a pair of mittens. Now I have just purchased a pattern from Amy Loudon from Taylor S Studio. She's just brought out, oh I should have printed it out to show you, and I can't remember the name of it, but she's just brought out beautiful mitten pattern, and it's 4-ply held together with mohair. Well, I've got a skein of floof here, and I'm just going to weigh it and see. I might be able to get a pair of those mittens out of that. If I can, I will use this, and then I will put them away for Christmas gifting next year, or this year I should say. So yeah, that's my first finished object. I'll just put that on one side. Then my second finished object, another pair of socks, which you have seen these again, but I hadn't finished the toes. I did a swap at Christmas with a lovely friend of mine off Instagram called Liz, and she made all the socks for me, but then just left the toes for me to finish off. So I've just done, I don't know what this toe decrease is called. I will find out. Oh, what's it called? No, I don't know. I will find out, and if I do find out by the time I've edited it, I'll put it on the screen below. Anyway, these I managed to finish these off as well. So I just needed to finish these 2 by putting the toes in both of them. So that's my second pair of socks. Tim has taken pictures for me yesterday and printed off my pictures from a scrapbook. So hopefully this afternoon I will get my sock scrapbook updated and my general what I've made this month updated. I am going to try this year to keep a note or a record of everything I make in each month. So at the end of the year, it's really nice to look back, because I don't know about anybody else, but I am not good with remembering things. And even come June this year, I'll forgot that, you know, not forgot, but I'll forget that I put the toes in these, I forget that I made this, and I forget that I made that, and especially if I'm making it and gifting it, which a lot of the time that's what I do. I very, very rarely have anything that I make that I keep for myself. But having said that, look at all my toys here. But my toys are a different thing. I love my toys. But things like socks and mittens and hats and things like that, I do normally give them away. But those two pair are for me, which I am thrilled with. My third finished object is just a small one. I am taking part in a year-long of dishcloths. And this dishcloth is, I don't know the name of the lady. I'm not even going to try and pronounce her name because I don't know how to. But she is on Instagram, the Kitchen Sink Shop. And what she's doing this year is she's, if you subscribe to her, I don't know if it's her channel, there is a drop box, I think, that you can click on in her Instagram. Is it Instagram? Yeah, I think it is. On her Instagram page, there's a drop box that you can click on to subscribe, and then at the beginning every month you get the new pattern for a dishcloth, and I'm doing the year of dishcloths. This is January's. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. And this is, what's the pattern called? Again, I haven't got the pattern because it's on my iPad, but I will put the name of the pattern underneath. This yarn is delicious. It smells beautiful. I've used the Nickum Vinny's Nickum colourway, and it's turquoise. That's all it is. Colourway turquoise 564. But I only used half a ball, so somewhere along the line I'll probably get another one out of that. So that's my third finished object. So what I think I'm going to do, because I have just ordered some more rope to make more rope bowls, I think I'm going to make myself a really nice, unusual shaped rope bowl to keep all my dishcloths or washcloths. So I'm going to use them actually in the kitchen, and I am going to use them. I suppose what I could do, because I think out of the 50-gram ball of this I could have got 2 of these. I think what I might do is make another one and do 2 each month, and maybe do a set again for Christmas gifting. Yeah, I quite like the idea of that. So that is my third finished object. How is everybody? Are you all coping okay? Are you all fed up? I feel so sorry for all these people that have to homeschool, that have to isolate. I mean, Tim hasn't been out the house for 5 weeks, and well, we've been walking, but we've literally not seen a soul. We go first thing in the morning and very last thing at night, and we don't see anybody. And he's done it maybe 3 or 4 times, that's it. But yeah, I feel so sorry for all these people that are homeschooling. I know quite a few. I know for a fact that a couple of my friends are struggling. My daughter's struggling with her stepson. It's really difficult. My daughter-in-law and my son aren't doing too bad, but they're that laid back. I mean, they're horizontal, and they just don't seem to. Yeah, they just seem to be dealing with it. They're getting on with it. But yeah, I do feel a little bit sorry for all you that are homeschooling. I do feel your pain. Excuse me, I did say to Tim, could you imagine if we had to go through all this with children? I love my children dearly, but being locked in a house with them, oh gosh, can't even imagine what it must be like. Anyway, enough of that. So my fourth and final finished object is my wild thistle cowl. I'd started this last month. I showed it to you. This is my January cowl. This is something else that I'm doing once a month of. I am doing a year of cowls. So this was January's, and this is by the lovely Jackie from Lowlander Yarn Studios. And yeah, there you go, that's it, and I've finished it. I haven't blocked it yet. This is what I used. It's the Highland Way worsted 100% SW Merino, and the colourway is Moorland. That's her barband, and here is the finished cowl. Isn't it beautiful? Like I say, I haven't done any blocking of any kind because really I haven't had time, and when I have had time to do anything, I've just sat down and crafted. So that's it, that's all finished. That's the top or the bottom. I don't think it makes much difference really. It's all the same. Oh, those cute colours are beautiful, aren't they? And there you go. I'm not going to put it on because if I put this over my head, my hair is bad enough already without making it worse putting a cowl on and off. But yes, so that is my January cowl, and I absolutely love it. This afternoon I am going to put my woolens into soak, give them a little tiny bath, and then put them all, I'm going to put this on my blocking mat and then get my socks back on the sock blocker. So that's the finished cowl for January. So yeah, I've really felt like I've achieved something this month, which is a good feeling. So them are all my finished objects for knitting or crocheting, and then for sewing, I treated myself to, I just couldn't resist this. I treated myself to a little sewing kit, and it's the little Dolly pouch sewing pattern, and it's by Rose Garden Patchwork. You can find those on Instagram, and they do have a website, and it's this cute little pouch. Oh, how adorable is that? It's a Japanese fabric, and here she is, or here it is. It was such a fun make. It's something that I've never done before, as in, obviously I've done zipper pouches before because I sell them in my shop, but it was constructed in a different way than I normally do. We had to, well, when I say we, I had to fussy cut it. I did a little bit of quilting around the pattern here. But then what you do is you construct, if you're not a bag maker, it's hard to explain because I'm not good at explaining things like this. I'm very much a visual learner, me. So you make the outside and you make the inside, and normally when I do that, I do it inside out and leave an opening here so you can turn it in and what they call berth the bag, and all the raw edges are hidden, and you know, it's all neat and tidy. Well, you don't do that. What you did is you put it all wrong side together, and then you added binding. Well, no, first of all you put the frill on, or the frill, and then you added binding, and then you hand stitched the zip in, which I've never done that before. So that's the inside. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, you hand stitched, which I've, like I said, I've never done that before, and then you leave that little bit of the zipper in there. I mean, I don't know, I suppose you, I don't know what you could do with that really, but I don't mind it. So yeah, that was my first thing, and I thought, how cute is that to just pop in your bag. If you know, you could use it for a makeup bag. I mean, I'm not going to use it for a makeup bag because I only have my makeup on in, I put my makeup, our bedroom is next door, and I put, when I get up in the morning, if I'm putting makeup on, I sit at my dresser, I put my makeup on, and that's it. If it comes off, it stays off. I'm not one of those that carries a makeup round, but I would be one of those that carries English paper piecing around with a needle and a thread and a little scissors, and I just thought that was a really nice bag to pop in your bag if you wanted to have a little bit of you know, stitching on the go. So yeah, I was really, really pleased with that. So that's that first thing. And I did think and look at it and think, shall I give it to one of my granddaughters because it's so pretty? And then I decided I'm doing some self-care, so this one is going to be for me. I might make another one for my granddaughter, I'm not saying I won't, but this one is going to be for me, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. So that's the first thing I did. And then the second thing I did, and this is by the lovely Emma from the Vintage Sewing Box, which I'm sure everybody knows. I will leave a link to her website in the description bar below, is this lovely sewing case. It's a free pattern on Emma's blog. This is one, was it last year that Emma did a mini quilt along that I am halfway through, and this house was off the quilt. Anyway, she decided to change it into, or she used the front and decided she was going to use it for a sewing case. So this is the inside. So there you've got two pockets here and here. This is the hexagon flower that I made. It's all done in Tilda, not Tilda. It's all done in Liberty Torn-Lawn. And I don't know if you can see it, it's slightly padded. So this you can use as a pincushion. And then this is just a little pocket that you can pop your, I don't know, I guess, have I got them here? Just bear with me. I guess you could stick in there your threads, like this. Yeah. And then I just put a little pink snap on. And that's it. That's the little sewing case I made. And this is Liberty that I put the binding on with. This is just a heavy pink quilting cotton. And I did use what Emma recommended, which was like a really, is it called a bosal? I can't remember what it's called, but it's quite a thick wadding. And I'm sure it's called bosal. I'm not sure. But go over to Emma, the Vintage Sewing Box, and check it out on the blog. Like I say, it's a free pattern. Such a fun make. I really enjoyed it. And again, another thing for myself, which I'm really pleased with. So yeah, them are my finished objects. Let me just have a quick drink of my coffee. Excuse me, it's going cold. Before I go any further, I can't remember which episode over Vlogmas it was, somebody asked me about one of my crocheted blankets over one of the chairs in our dining room. And again, it's not that I couldn't reply to you, I'm not keep going on about it, but I was just preoccupied. But I do know, like I say, I read everything, every comment and everything that anybody ever writes to me, and I do always try to get back to you. But a lady had asked me about a crochet blanket that was over the back of my chair, and I have searched out the pattern. It is this pattern. This is the blanket that I made that's over the back of my chair. It's just bear with me, is it a Serdar? It's a Hayfield, which I think is Serdar, isn't it? It's a crocheted Afghan blanket in Hayfield Bonus Aran. The pattern number is 7059. Now, the lady that wanted this, if you are watching, I will leave my email address below. If you email me your home address, I will post this onto you. I will never make it again, and I am more than happy to share it with you, and I will post the pattern onto you. So like I say, if you are watching, I'll leave my email below. Just send me a quick email with your address and I'll get that in the post to you, and you're more than welcome to it. So cast-ons. So next month I will be casting on my February dishcloth. Don't know what I've not chosen a colourway yet. I'm going to use the same yarn, the Nikki Venom. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm going to use the same yarn. It's not released yet, so I can't show it to you. We have had a sneak peek of it, I think. In fact, we have, yeah, because I remember commenting, and I think it's got love hearts on, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously Valentine's, which is good for me as well, because it's Tim and I's anniversary in February. So I will be casting that on. I will be casting on my February cowl, which I have already purchased and decided the yarn I'm going to use. I haven't started it yet because it's not February yet, but I am going to show you. I am going to do the Spring is in the Air cowl by Lyndsey from Stitch Create Love, and here it is. Lyndsey released her pattern. This was released quite recently, on Friday in fact. And if you go over to Lyndsey's Instagram page, I think she's got an Instagram page, she's got a Ravelry page, she's got an Etsy shop, and she has a YouTube channel. So yeah, go out and check her out. So this is my February's cowl. Now, those do look like leaves. We've had a discussion, quite a few people, but if you turn it upside down, they look like love hearts. Oh no, is that the love heart? Anyway, one way looks like leaves and another way looks like love hearts. So this is why I'm going to do it for this. So I'm doing Lyndsey's cowl, and this is what I'm going to use. I got these at Christmas, and this is from Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit. Love. Absolutely love their yarn. Love everything about Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit. I've already decided in January that I am going to treat myself this year, and I am having a Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit's advent calendar. I do hope they do the Liberty one again. So these are the colours that I'm using for Lyndsey's cowl. So I'm going to use that as the 5 colours. Aren't they just beautiful? So pretty. And then I'm going to use this really, really light, it's not really showing up very well on camera there, but it's a very, very light mint green. So I'm going to use that for the rib. Let me show you again. So I'm going to cast the rib on and the rib off with the very, very light green. And then with all these, oh, I'm so looking forward to casting this. I'm going to do it in the morning. I can't pick them up again, and then the rest of it will be with this. Is that not just stunning? I love it. So them are my cast-ons. I have got also a couple of other things that I'd like to do in the pipeline. I haven't made my mind up yet. I've got a couple of other projects that I'd like to sew, and again, I haven't made my mind up, so I don't want to bombard you with things that I might do but I might not. So I'm just, you know, I'm just being kind to myself and showing you the things that I definitely know I am going to do. So with that said, that's all my work in progresses, finishing items, you know, what I'm going to cast on, and I have got a little bit of incoming that I will show to you. I don't know if any of you remember, but last year, for the entire year, I subscribed to a lady who lives in Warminster in Somerset, literally just round the corner from where my daughter lives, called Yarn for the Soul. And I was subscribed to her mini club, mini skein club. And this year I decided that I was going to have a little bit of a change about. So this year I've gone to, by recommendation this is, and this is the Woolly Goodness yarns. That's their business card, and look at that. Let me just show you this cute, can you see? Stitch marker. So it comes with a stitch marker, a beautiful picture, and this is a proper picture that they've taken that I'm going to stick in whatever I make. Well, I think I know what I'm going to make, but I'll tell you in a minute when I've shown it you. And then this. Oh, these are stunning. Are they not the most adorable set of minis? You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think they're 5 grams. So you get 10 5-gram minis in a beautiful presentation box like this. Such a reasonable price. I highly recommend you go over and check her out. It's such a good price and such good fun. Now, what I'd like to do with this I could do with some advice really. I have had on my mind for some time that I'd like to crochet a linen stitch blanket. Now, I'm under no impression that with all these blankets that I want to crochet, it's going to take me a while. So I think that if I do the linen stitch with these, it's going to be an ongoing thing. I've also got a couple of other ideas, but I don't know whether it would work. So with these, there's the linen stitch blanket, but then I was talking to one of my friends, Jess. Hi, Jess. And her husband, Eric. Hi, Eric. About Exy Puffs. Now, I love these Exy Puff blankets. Now, my only thing with these is I've read through the pattern. It is a paid for pattern, so I don't want to give too much away. It's by Tiny Owls Knits. Now, the only trouble with these Exy Puffs is that they're slightly padded with toy stuffing, so which is fine, and they're not difficult to make. But my only worry is it's going to be far too warm for me to. I'm a very, very hot person, so I would hate to use all this beautiful yarn, or any beautiful yarn, and then not be able to use it because it's too warm for me. I can't decide Exy Puffs or linen stitch with these. Watch this space. I might have a word with a couple of people and see what they think. But I have to say, I am leaning more towards the linen stitch. I'm not saying that I won't do one of these, but I might do a little cushion instead of doing a big blanket, because I have got quite a few little scraps, and it literally takes scraps. Literally, it does tell you here, but I can't tell you because it's paid for pattern. So anyway, I'm digressing, aren't I? So yeah, that is my incoming for this month. I have got other things, but I haven't purchased them. They've been gifts. So yeah, watch this space here with Exy Puffs. I might do, I might not. Can't make my mind up. So the next thing that I got was from one of my lovely friends and viewer, Susan, who doesn't live far from me. Met Susan a few times. She's had a couple of orders from me and I've delivered them because she doesn't live that far away. She has very kindly gifted me 2 patterns. She'd made this herself. It's the Chelsea scarf. Oh, isn't that lovely? So she gifted me the patterns of that one, and then this is the Swirl Bobble Beanie, and this one. I absolutely love them. So at some point this year, this is definitely going to be the first thing I make, because that would be brilliant for underneath my coat. So yes, Susan gifted me those, which I was so grateful for. Thank you very much, Susan, if you're watching. Hi to your family, to the family, your mum and everybody. And she also sent me, look at this, a wonderful assortment of teas. Thank you, Susan. I'm just so spoiled, I really am. People are so kind. And then I got a lovely gift from Davina from Little Workroom Crafts. Hi, Davina. And she'd been sorting through, if you watch Davina, she has, I mean, I don't know if you can see my books. My books are on the bottom shelf right down there, and I think there's some up here. But Davina has got shelves and shelves of them, and she was sorting them out just before Christmas, and she found 2 of the same book. And she said to me, as soon as I saw this, I thought of you. So she sent it to me in the post. Isn't that lovely? Thank you so much, Davina. I haven't made anything out of it yet, and I've got another couple of books that, bear with me while I think of a name. Paula by Stitch by Mrs. D sent me a couple of books as well. And I will get round to making some things out of them this year. And she sent me a lovely letter, a lovely little note, which I'm not going to read that to you. And then these lovely little stitch markers on, let me see if I can get it. And you see, and that's Davina's card. Thank you very much, Davina. That is so kind, so sweet of everybody. And also, oh no, that's it. 1, 2, 3. No, that's it. So let me just have a drink of this cold coffee. It's really gone cold and miserable. It's horrible now. I'd like to do a couple of shout outs. As you all know, this is all I talk about really, isn't it? Mind you, I'm not doing anything else, so my Zoom rooms are my life. So yeah, that's probably why I'm not talking about anything else. So in my Zoom room on a Thursday night, we have a lovely friend called Ruth, who is, without a doubt, she's a speed knitter. And she doesn't just speed knit a pair of mittens or a little hat. She speed knits Stephen West shawls, colourwork socks, colourwork sweaters. She just, I swear to God, this woman knits in her sleep. She's super duper. Well, we keep saying to her, we kept tormenting her in the Zoom room saying, you need to podcast, you need to podcast. I'm not podcasting. She said, I don't want to podcast. And I think we mithered her that much that she must have thought, I'll have to do something to just shut these ladies up. Anyway, she's podcast. And she's just, I know for a fact today that Ruth is recording her 3rd episode. So please head over to Ruth Loves to Knit and check Ruth out. She's amazing. She's a super person and she's a fantastic knitter. You'll really love her. Go and give her a like and press that subscribe button and give them thumbs up, because it really does mean the world to us all. And then the other one that I'd like to give you a shout out to is Jess, also in our Zoom room, and I think she was a podcaster in the past and I hadn't watched her, I'll be honest. I hadn't watched her in the past, but I do now. And she's called 2 Stitches and String. So hi Jess if you're watching, hi Ruth if you're watching. Go over to Jess's podcast and give her thumbs up, subscribe. And is that it? Have I got anybody else to shout out to? Everybody, all my friends, Dawn, Karen, Lyndsey, Angela, everybody. Go and check them all out. They're all fantastic. And then last but no means least, a little shop update. Now, I have been doing a regular shop update this month, and I've been trying to do it at the end of every week. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen all the time. And I have a couple of things left in my shop. I've got hardly anything of the updates that I've put in, but what I have got, I am going to show you. So I made these just after Christmas. I made a notions pouch with a little bit of hand embroidery on, and I made the polka dot one. So this is one of the bigger ones, the polka dot, and it's got the gold on white channels, and it's just pure white inside with the red waxed braided drawstrings. Then there's this little one, which I love this set, absolutely love it. This is another little set. This is well, I've just done it a perfect size for socks really. It's got little decorative stitches, rainbow, it's all rainbow, matching DPN cozy, and that's got the gold on white and polka dot, me and my polka dot, red polka dot on white. So there's that little setting. And then this was this week's update, and unfortunately, well, fortunately, unfortunately, whichever way you look at it, fortunate for me, unfortunate if you wanted anything, but this is the only one that's left from this week, and this is the Alice in Wonderland. This is a Japanese linen, and it's a zipper pouch. It's got a bauble zipper pull with contrasting quilting cotton, and it's just got a plain lining inside. So there's that one left. Lovely that, isn't it? It's a Lessian fabric, that, with Alice in Wonderland, and there's the Mad Hatter at the tea party. So there's that one left. Then this is from the week before. These went really, really well. I've actually got more of this in because there's that many people asked me was I getting them in again. I've actually got it in and I'm going to make some more up. There's this one. It's lined with a Moda soft touch flannel. It's cotton, but it's beautiful to touch. It's lovely and soft. With the gold on white, and then the back here is the Osnaburg, and it's just got the waxed braided drawstrings. And then I had this little bit of fabric, so I thought I'd make another one of these. These always seem to go quite well. Quite a nice fun, you know, for any small project. And it's got chickens. It's so fun, this one. Isn't it lovely, that? So that's just a little chicken one, again with the black braided, wax braided cord, and that is the yellow and white polka dot. And that's it. That's all I've got left, I'm afraid, in my shop. There's lots of other things in my shop, and like I say, I'm trying to keep doing a regular update. But for now, that's all I've got to share with you. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. I saw on, oh no, it wasn't on Facebook. I can't remember when I saw it, but it was somewhere this morning rather, and it said it's 5 weeks to March. And that means daffodils, spring, warmer days, longer nights. We've got another 5 weeks and we'll be getting into the better weather. And let's face it, you know, these lockdowns are so boring. I'm so over these lockdowns. I really just want to go out. But wouldn't it be easier when the weather's nicer? I think so anyway. So anyway, I'm waffling. Keep safe, be kind to each other, and I shall see you, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. Until then, take care. Bye.